OnlyFans, the come. You don't see anyone doing OnlyFans that comes from generational wealth.
Never. Impossible, because there's a legacy.
Because legacy wealth doesn't have access to that kind of content.
Another thing you don't see, and I think this is important in social media, is a lot of high value men, they teach, on the Fresh and Fit, is that she should be half your age, she should be, like this. People that come from money, men that come from money, do not date women half their age. You don't see Mark Zuckerberg doing that. You'll never see Bill Gates doing that. People that come from a legacy and a family, they select people who they can bring to family dinners because it's a legacy. They look at a woman's family. With new money, we use women the same way that new money use a gold chain. It's a status symbol. So somebody with new money, of course, will be with a woman half his age and show off with that. Somebody who comes from generational wealth and comes from a family background will know that his dad will say, "What are you doing? Bring a proper woman in, and then we'll talk." So they know they've got an institution to answer to.
Yeah. Before Stevie start cooking, let me just say this: I don't know anybody that or any families that has generational wealth, so I can't really speak on the facts of what she's talking. But if I was someone who came from generational wealth and I saw my mother and my father stay together and build a fortune, or just get inherited a fortune, I probably would, kind of want to do the same thing. I would probably be molded into trying to live the same life that they did. But on the other hand, I know men with money like dating younger women, and younger women like dating older men with money, and then, older men or men with money have a lot of options, and they don't exactly want to settle down at a younger age, especially nowadays with women giving it up so easily. What's the point of them settling down at an early age, especially in the world we live in today with this open market of women just not really caring about getting married, or not really caring about having children or a family. They just want to have fun, or they just want to live that lifestyle that that high value man is living, or that just man with money is living. And if you want my version of a high value man, here it is. A high value man is someone who is respected in their community, is a role model for children. It's not just a man that has money, it's a man that probably has his own business, his own goals, his own career. It's just someone a younger man can look up to understand what a real man is supposed to be like. That's what my opinion is. So, a high value man is not always a man that is just wealthy. There's a lot of dumb rich people out there.
Yeah. I gotta disagree with on that one, bro. Because in reality, that's just not true. That's the way it should be. If you're moving smart out here as a man, that's the way it should be. If you're moving smart out here, regardless if you have new money or old money, you should be trying to tie yourself down to an asset, not a liability. And if you just getting a trophy wife, she definitely a liability. But men tend to make the same dumbass mistakes when it comes to women, regardless of how new or old money they have. It's just, it is what it is. Like, you see the ball players, come into a bunch of money out of college and leave they high school sweetheart for some trophy wife. But at the same time, like, it had been a matter of weeks ago when we seen Al Pacino's like 80-year-old ass and Robert De Niro's like 80-year-old ass just impregnate women that were like a quarter of their age, bro. I'm talking about wealth, coming from money. They've had money for a long time and they still moving the same way, trying to get a trophy wife. So, in principle, I definitely agree that that's the way it should be. But no, that's just not the reality, man. Like, if I see a man that has the world in his hand, literally can do whatever and have whomever, and he doesn't have a trophy wife, and if he does have a trophy wife, she better be smart than a mother. You know what I mean? But when I see men out here who have power, who have been very selective on who they decide to share their last name with or share a child with, I admire the hell out of that, because you don't see it that often. As far as the media and people that are out there in the public eye all the time, all you see is, all you see is men with money and trophy wives, regardless of how new or old money they have. I will add more to that point, man. Like, it don't matter if you broke or you have the most money in the world, bro. When it comes to tying yourself down to a woman permanently, that girl better be an asset to you and not a liability. And if all she has to offer is the way she looks, or some mouth or some butt, I mean, especially when you got money, those women are extremely easy to find. If you can find you like a beautiful woman that has to offer to your situation, make your life easier, or can add more value to your life, that should be the goal, bro. But it don't really matter if fucking a man is in his 20s or a man is in his 60s. They tend to fucking go for the super bad one, regardless of what the fuck you got to offer, bro. That's just not cool. And then, especially the manosphere, the red pill space, they always harp on this point of like, if you got your shit together, if you're a man of resources, a man of abundance, it shouldn't matter how much money your girl makes or what she has to offer, as long as she makes you happy and shit. Like, I get it. I understand why they say that, bro. But like, I agree. Men are not turned on by what a woman does for them. Like, they don't get hard. That's not a turn on. Isn't sexy. But it would behoove a man to look for a woman that has shit to offer, and at the same time has shit to lose if you decide to get in a relationship with her, right? Because the majority, more than half, these relationships do not work, man. So if you're in a relationship with someone who got their shit together, who is worth something, who has their own value, who has their own shit, man, she got skin in the game too, man. So if there is a split or is a separation, all the entire burden isn't placed on you, right? That's why men always find themselves in situations when they be knocking up these liabilities and mirroring these liabilities, shit fucking falls apart, and then the brunt of everything is placed on the breadwinner, because this girl ain't worth shit. She ain't been doing nothing. All she been doing is goddamn drinking mojitos and chilling at the crib, right? Or taking care of the babies, or taking care of the house. But if you got money, you probably got somebody. You probably got a maid or a cook or some shit, right? So then what? Right? All her bills is paid. She ain't got to worry about nothing, right? But if she, especially nowadays, when most of the women work, right? That's the reality of the situation, bro. But it would behoove you to find a woman who does do something. Like, that would be the smarter option financially, man. But there's a lot more that comes with that too. That turns into a whole different conversation with like the pros and cons of this girl versus that girl. And it's case by case any fucking way, man. But it don't really matter how.
What's your opinion of a trophy wife? I believe a trophy wife is someone who just adds value to your life, does the things that you can't do, like put a comment in the chat of your definition of a trophy wife, and we can talk about it. I believe that, just as someone that, brings just anything that you can to the relationship, or takes a burden off of you when it comes to, running the household or just running life in general, Like, it's someone that, is not going to waste your time, someone that is not going to just be in the way while you're trying to, achieve your goals or get to where you're getting, If the definition that I gave of a high value man, if that kind of man has a woman who, just does things that, he just doesn't have really that much time to do, if he can focus on actually, providing and maybe, building the house that they're living in, or, just getting the family up to the next level, just focus on that. If he doesn't have to focus on food, if he doesn't have to focus on, taking care of the children, or just, being, just having to be there for the children, doesn't have to focus on, the father should always be in the child's life, of course, but if the woman can stay at home and he can just focus on work and he can just focus on building their financial future, I mean, you know, that's just, you know, a good partnership, honestly. You pick up the slack where, you know, I fall short, you know. Everybody has their, you know, job to do in a relationship in order to get to the next level, to be able to move forward in this world and, you know, give their offspring, their next generation, the life that they didn't have as a child, or, you know, give them just a different type of, you know, growing up. So I mean, yeah, I just think that, you know, it's important to be a team unit, you know, like Stevie said, you know, if she ain't doing nothing, then I mean, like, what's the point of you being here? You know? I think there's only a little bit left of this video.
How much money a man got or how long he's had that money. Most men are going for the case in conversation with like, the pros and cons of this girl versus that girl. And it's case by case any fucking way, man. But it don't really matter how much money a man got or how long he's had that money. Most men are gonna fucking look for the youngest bitch, the hottest bitch, and probably get themselves in trouble. Y'all probably get the wrong one knocked up, the bitch that ain't worth nothing and whatever, man.
What do you think about that? Is it, you know, important for rich men to always look for younger women, like Leonardo DiCaprio? Is it important for them to always have a young woman? I mean, I guess it just depends on the man, right? It depends on what he wants in life. It depends on what his end goal in life is. It just depends on the person and how that person was, you know, raised. What is his mindset? You know, I feel like everybody gets to a certain age where they're just like, you know what would it be like to have a family? What would it be like to be a father, you know? What would it be like, you know? And then they make a decision to either, you know, find that or not. You know, it's very curious. But you know, more of the story. Honestly, if you a man, don't let nobody tell you what is a high value man. Not just, especially not some random person, but let the people that you respect in your life, let the people who maybe, you know, you see as a mentor or you see as, you know, somebody that brings value into your life that is the same gender as you, let that person tell you what a high value person is. I mean, don't let just anybody on the internet tell you what is a high value man. That woman maybe has some valid points, but, you know, that's her opinion. You know, like she was speaking as if it was fact, but don't let just anybody tell you what a high, not even me, don't even let me tell you what a high value person is, man or woman. Let somebody that you respect, maybe close to your family or in your family, that, you know, live the same traditional life as you want to live, let that person tell you what a high value person is and model your life after that. I feel like that's the best way I could describe it. Alright, like and subscribe, guys. See you next time. Peace out.